good day, all my friends and everybody that normally listen to me. That I normally put out a video, a podcast, real sports talk with Andy Middlestate. Well, I got a lot of messages, lots of messages. I have tons of phone calls, being on the phone for hours and hours. Uh, so many people calling on me to say something, but I told them I want to wait. I want to wait until after the meeting that happened on Sunday. I don't want to say anything before then. I wanted to wait till after all the fiasco, all the picture taking, and all of the promises that are pure lies. Yes, pure lies. All of the promises that are pure lies. All of the videos and all of the talks,
Created
pure
with free
lies.
version for non-commercial use.
Now, first of all, I want to say everything that Mr. Nigel Hughes said and did were true. I'm going to say this again. Everything that Mr. Nigel Hughes said and did was true. I'm going to say it for a third time. Everything that Mr. Nigel Hughes did were true. And I want anybody to challenge what I am saying. Anybody. Because guess what? There is nobody in Guyana, no government, nobody put as much money into track and field like I have done for the past couple of years. So, all who talking about the $3 million, well, I can say this here. If you look at my games, $4 million per game. So all who talking about 2 million
Created
and
with
$3
free
million
version for
dollars,
non-commercial use.
right? As a single individual, look at my game. Check back the history. Look in the newspaper, Kaicho News. $4 million. Over $4 million in cash, in prizes. Over $4 million in prizes. And we ain't talking about the transportation for the athletes, to put up the athletes in accommodation for them to stay, provide meals for the athletes every day for 4 days. We're not talking about that. So they ain't got nobody talking about being caring for the athletes more than the KMPA Foundation. I want anybody challenge that. Anybody in Guyana challenge what I am saying. Anybody. Because guess what? The videos are there and the athletes were there. Because of the KMPA Foundation, that is the birth
Created with
of,
free version for
of
non-commercial use.
discovering the athletes in Guyana. The KMPA Foundation Junior Olympic Games is the core of bringing out the athletes that are doing well for Guyana, and I want anybody challenge that. Anybody, I want challenge that. Anybody in Guyana, I want challenge what I am saying. The KMPA Foundation, we discovered the athletes that we have in Guyana, right? Track and field. We went into all the pockets and brought out those athletes. Gabriel Lim, and the list goes on and on and on. So I want anybody challenge that. The next thing I want to know, and this is what happened at the meeting on Sunday. Ask the recording secretary for the notes.
Created
They
with free
were
version for
told
non-commercial use.
that the government of Guyana just say lip service. They give them $3 million. Now the questions were asked. You were standing right there when it was said that you got $3 million. You didn't say anything. The response were 1 million went to the swimming team and 2 million went to the track team, and you did not get no money as yet. I'm gonna repeat it. You said that how you did not collect, you didn't get a cent. It's just lip service. It's just a promise. So I'm bringing it out in the open now. It was told that the relevant authorities promised the AAG $2 million and did not get it, but want to chastise Nigel Hughes for actually giving $3 million. Isn't this something? Isn't this something? That's why I waited till all the fiasco finished before I comment. So here we're gonna ask now, what happened to the money from NACA? What happened to the money that Muhammad gave? What happened to the money that other business people give? Right? Well, you say that all the authorities promised you the money, they didn't give it to you. Then what happened to the $3.2 million that you got from the Guyana Olympic Association? Maybe you need to come out in public and make these statements, because I am going to bring it out, because for years I've been telling people that you're taking the money and you can't give account for it. So at the meeting on Sunday, even though you was on television next to people, they said that you got $3 million. You telling the people now at the AAG meeting on Sunday that they promised you $2 million and you don't get it yet. You said the tickets were bought on hold. So then what happened to all of these money that you collect from the business people them? What happened to all this money that you collect from the business people them? So guess what? We all know that all the coaches gonna only talk and talk and talk and nothing is gonna come out. But I'm gonna speak on it and I'm gonna put the video out that the world can see the corruption
Created with free version for
and all of the money. Now, we're gonna touch on another topic. I don't want to go long. Now, Guyana is the only country, I want everybody to know this, the only country that the coaches and the recruiters were disrespected by the management team. I'm going to say it again. The coaches and recruiters who tried to approach the Guyanese athletes were disrespected by the Guyana management team. I'm going to say it again. The coaches and recruiters were disrespected by the management of the Guyana team. So all who don't want to say nothing, I just speak it out, because I was in Jamaica the week before and I was in regular contact. There was a big fiasco when recruiters tried to get to the athletes. You know why? Carifta Games is where college recruiters go to recruit athletes. So once you make it to the final, you will get a letter of intent. Guyana is the only team that came back without letters of intent. All the other countries, the athletes got letter of intent. Now, the parents were told, I'm a madman, I'm crazy. Yes, they were told by the authorities of the Athletic Association, don't worry with me, they keep meeting in Boston and they ridiculed me. That's not a problem, right? But if a parent prefers to send her child to GTI, or a parent prefers to don't send her child to university because of the authorities telling the parents, I said it again more than one time before. I've said it. There is nobody that can tell my child, don't go to university, especially for free. So the parents now don't want to send their children to universities on scholarship because of the Athletic Association threatening the parents that if they leave the country, especially with me, like what happened to Trevon Prince, they will never run for Guyana again, and I can tell you that. And I'm not gonna refuse from saying that again. The Athletic Association threatened parents that if their children leave to go on scholarship, they will never represent Guyana again, just like what he made Trevon Prince a living example. That's what he told the parents. I made Trevon Prince a living example. If you leave this country, and I don't approve it, You will never represent this country. This man own these children. The AAG own these children. These are school children. Now, the next topic. He told the parents that when athletes leave Guyana and go overseas, they fade away. It's not that the athletes have fade away. It's because of you denying the athletes the right to represent the country, even though they're doing well. That's why they decide not to represent the country. I can tell you how many athletes that try to represent Guyana, but because they're overseas, you deny them, just as you're saying right now. But if you left this country, you will never represent Guyana. So that is why the athletes them fade away. You cause them to fade away. The Athletic Association deliberately caused the athletes to fade away. You know how much hell athletes that want to represent Guyana goes through to represent Guyana? How do you expect them to continue to represent Guyana? They don't get no stipend. They don't get no support. Right? They don't get no passage. They got to find their own passage. So if I got to find my own passage, if I got to find my own uniform, if I got to find my own money to train and practice, why am I representing the country? So what are you talking about the athletes fade away? The athletes have got an education. You check Brian Collison, all of those athletes from back in those days, right? Najuma Fletcher, everybody have a high-class education that today they have a top-class job. So when you talk about athletes and fade away, they have an education. And that is what I'm trying to tell these athletes today, that when track and field fail you, you have an education to drop back on, to take care of your family, and to pay your bills, and to live a life as a normal citizen. So you don't fade away. That is hogwash. Yet still, his children in Atlanta is going to the universities in the US. He don't want your children go to university, but his children, he is paying for his children go to university and college. But you don't want your children go. Isn't that hypocrisy? I want them to challenge you. Right? The head of the AAG, children are going to college because they live in Atlanta, Georgia. But he don't want your children to go to college. Isn't this crazy? So, we have a scenario where we need a account for the money. We got 5 years now, no statement. All of this money come around. He said it all. The authorities promised him this money while he was on video alongside them, saying that if anything happens, he can't see no money yet. So I want to come and make a public statement that he ain't get no money. He was told that in the meeting, go out and make a public statement that he ain't get no money. So then how is Nigel Hughes wrong? How is Nigel Hughes wrong? Tell me, how is Nigel Hughes political points? Because I know the children had no Gatorade. They only had water. And everything that Nigel Hughes said, and the young lady and the man said, it's true. Because there is nobody that had close connection to a lot of people in Jamaica like I do. And I can tell you that hell what the coaches went through who had athletes on that team from Jamaica. They went through hell, living hell. So I can speak everything that Mr. Nigel Hughes said. I can tell you, they have no electrolyte water, they have nothing. I can tell you that. That is a fact. So I waited until everything died down to speak on the matter. Let anybody challenge me of what I'm saying is true. Now, if he did not receive the money, we need to know, we need the authorities to clarify whether he received the money or not. So media personnel need to start asking questions. They need to start asking questions. Parents, you need to speak up. Make Trevor and Prince a living example by telling parents, why the children must not leave Guyana and come overseas. He made a lot of excuse for all the other athletes. The police coach paid the registration fee for all the athletes because he said it wasn't registered. The police coach paid everything for every athlete, not only for the police athlete. The two athletes were told, now we get all this money. Now the two athletes from police were told that they gotta find the old money for buying the ticket. Now had he said that to the police coach, the police would have bought their tickets, like the police always do. The Ghana police force would have bought the tickets for the athletes to go. So we're hearing nothing about that. Everything gone under the rug. Everything under the rug. Let me tell you something, man. Now, I could touch on another topic. The vice president of the AAG is sitting there saying nothing. What a waste of time. Yes. And I know from the meeting on Sunday, right? He was on the top of his voice, talking and said lies, just lies. But if you get the recording, if you get the recording, because the minutes of the recording, if you ask for the get an injunction and get the recording, you're going to hear everything that went at that meeting. Just file an injunction, the court is going to give you the recording. And then everything that happened in the meeting that was written down is going to come up. If I am lying right now that he said he didn't receive a cent, I'm lying after him. He said he received no money. It was just a picture event. Yet still he was in a video saying that he received the money. So who's lying? Which I know the authorities don't care about sports in Ghana. I know that because I personally developed track and field. They got nobody to talk about that. No previous government, nor this government. They invest as much money that I've done in track and field. Because 3 million we're talking about, one of my game alone is over 4 million Guyana dollars. Over 4 million Guyana dollars. And we talk about developing the athletes, running shoes, all of these things. So don't talk about y'all care about athletes. Y'all could debate me. Y'all could challenge me. Y'all cannot talk about developing the athletes. Where is the development plan? Where is the money? You think is 3 million Guyana dollars can develop several athletes? 3 million Guyana dollars can't even develop one athlete. Here what happened now. If you're so desired of developing the athletes, Kelly Smith, she got fourth in the 200 and 300. Pay for her to stay, train with Coach Francis. If the authorities so want development, Kelly Smith, Steve Francis is one of the most successful female coach in the world. Kelly Smith should go to Steve Francis. Pay for all of Kelly Francis a mere about $2,500 a month to Steve Francis in Jamaica, right? And send Kelly Francis if you're so desirous of developing athletes. If you're so developed. So you're talking about development, all you have mounting up. I take out money and pay for athletes to go to clubs that they can become better. So if you want that is what they call development. Because Bahamas doing it. So if you talk about development, provide the necessary thing for one athlete, Kelly Smith, because she get fourth in 100 and 200, and she's 11.5. She's just 0.5 from going under 11 seconds. So that's a good talent there. So why don't we start with developing her by sending her to Francis, right, in Jamaica, and let her realize her talent and her dream, and let us get our first 100-meter finalist, right, that could make it to the finals. That she will run under 10 seconds. If you are truly about development. Let me start with Kelly Smith. Yeah, let me start with that. Y'all just talking lip service. All of y'all in Guyana talk lip service. Y'all don't know about development. Y'all don't have a developmental plan. And I can challenge any one of y'all. I don't care who it is. because I put my money where my mouth is. And I don't collect money from people because I spend my own money. I've given athletes across Guyana, right? Now, running shoes on their foot. Provided it. When Raymond Das started with javelin, I give him all the equipment. He can display that. He collected from my brother in Golden Grove. But talk about it already. I give him the javelin that he can start and he should give us. Yes, I give him the javelin for him to start and he should give us. Me, Andy Medeskin, give him the javelin that he can start out and he should give us for practice. Yes, I am the Medeskin. I give him the shot put and I give him the discus. Yes, and Raymond Darker display that. So while the parents them don't know that I was providing all of these things financially for Raymond Dar, right? He can dispute what I'm saying because guess what? He collected from my brother, and guess what? He returned back some of the stuff, not all. Some of the equipment, yes. Right? Raymond Dar. He can dispute that. That I am not the person that started developing ammunition device. He can dispute that, Raymond Dar. He can dispute that. But I wish when he lied, that he just strike. He can dispute that is not I'm the person. So who talk about development? Who provided the equipment? I got videos so you can look back and I can show you the videos, the turbo javelin and all of those stuff that I provided with these young people. So the development plan that I took together is reaping success today, and other people want to take the success. I've invested millions, tens of millions of dollars in Guyana, track and field. Now you're seeing success, and other people want to hug it like it is their investment, right? Banks ZIH was on the road with me, investing in these athletes. Anson McCall was on the road with me, investing in these athletes. And the price and these businesses from Golden Grove and more, Shaspe, all of these small businesses, they put money into developing these athletes, and now other people want to take credit for it. But I'm not going to allow nobody to take credit for developing those athletes. None. Because guess what? They don't have a program for them. Lip service. Nigel Hughes was accurate with everything that he said, not political politics. Because I can tell you the athletes have no Gatorade. And they can deny what I'm saying. They can come out against me what I say. And guess what? You can talk all you want to. What have you personally done to develop the athlete? Now, after all this picture taking, what is next? That's the question. After all this picture taking and all of this stuff, what is next for our athletes? Remember, Kelly Smith, right? Kelly, she got 4 to the 100 and the 200. If you want to talk about development, send shit to Francis in Jamaica. She's the most successful woman coach that we have come across. Or you can send her to Racers Track Club, to Glen Mills. Alright? So if you have money and you're talking about development, send our athletes to these clubs, Racers Track Club and Francis. Right? And let them develop and pay the money for them. If you're talking about development. Other than that, just go aside and sit down. Because you are too emotional. You are easily get emotional stress. So go on one side and sit down. If you can't put your money where your mouth is, just sit on one side. Other than that, it ain't making sense. It ain't making no sense. Alright? So everybody, now Andy Medeskin decided to after everything. So remember, all the money I've been warning y'all for years, all the money, he said he did not receive a blank check from the authority. I hold him to that. That's what comes out of the meeting on Sunday. He said he had a blank check. He got no money. So remember I wrote after the GOA give him 3.2 million. I said you can't say you want it for ticket because ticket are already bought. I told you guys. I warn y'all. Where is all the money? I'm gonna end it here. Where is all the money from the private people them, the private sector? You only talk about Muhammad. It's good for Muhammad to give money, but it's politically wrong for Nigel Hughes to give money. So what happened to Muhammad money? What happened to it? It's good for Muhammad to give money, but it is wrong for Nigel Hughes to come to the rescue of our athletes. This is a sad state. We're in a sad state. So I'm going to leave it.